What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Beatin' the Bookie show. It is the best week of the year for golf fans. Masters week. Everybody's been talking about it all month. Basically, the azaleas are blooming. Everything's looking good at Augusta. We're hyped for it. BTB, what's the word, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great. We're coming off a another winning week at the Valero Texas Open. Lots of dead heats there, which kind of sucked. But needless to say, we're coming off another winning week. I mean, we got some really, really good plays last week. Like we hit Brian Harmon plus 210 for 3 units to win his three ball on Saturday. Easy winner. So looking forward to having our fourth straight winning golf event. It's not a PGA event this weekend technically, so looking forward to our fourth straight winning event, and it's my favorite. Obviously, it's everybody's favorite event of the year for golf, the Masters, right up there for me with the British Open. The PGA Championship. Um, it's everyone's favorite event, right? You're going into the place with the most history, um, the hardest ticket to get probably in sports.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
I mean, you can't even really buy them if you try. Um, Looking forward to it. Hoping the weather cooperates with us. I think they said out of 79 Masters, there's been 50 round delays out of those 79 years. So um, hopefully the weather cooperates. I know today's Monday for people just watching this. They didn't let spectators in this morning, and then I believe they played practice for 3 hours, and then lightning came, so everyone left. But I'm reading on, from everything I can see, the weather looks good for the playing part. Thursday through Sunday, the weather looks good. I don't care about the practice rounds. Like I don't really care what the fans have to deal with, right? I'm just worried about Thursday through Sunday. So it looks like Thursday is good. They said Friday we might get some thunderstorms late in the afternoon, but the wind is going to be 7 to 14 miles per hour pretty much the entire week. So I'm not worried about wind. Um, which is good because sometimes at the Masters when they get those high winds, it dries those greens out,
Right.
and those greens can get pretty bad. So looking forward to a good weather weekend, and hopefully it goes our way. Hopefully we have no delays. Hopefully we don't have guys playing 27 holes in one day. And I'm looking forward to a fun tournament with no delays.
Yep, no delays, please. I mean, you remember, was it last year or the year before the tree fell in the middle of the round? I think it was last year.
Uh, Maybe 2 years ago. 2 years ago,
I don't know. Crazy, though. Crazy. We don't want
when it
any kind of
almost
crazy
it
weather on the
almost fell on
golf.
a spectator. Yeah, I mean that
Yes.
was a
That was
couple
definitely
years
something
ago.
special. Definitely something special. Anyways, yeah, looking forward to the tournament, of course. With it being, it's springtime and the course is looking great. I'm just ecstatic about this tournament, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be a good one. And lots of storylines here, like Scotty Scheffler. Is he gonna get his first win of the season, right? He's going through a little bit of a drought right now. We know he ran away with this last year. Ludwig gave him a little scare until Ludwig did what he usually does when he gets he's making a run, he hit it into the water. Um, so it's gonna be this is the best of the best for Fields, right? We got guys coming from Live, right? We got a lot of guys playing well in Live, right? We saw Phil Mickelson play great this past weekend in Miami. And I actually think the Live guys have an advantage this week because Trump, Doral, and Miami, that course plays very tough. I mean, the winning score there is like 400 par, right, for the entire weekend. That
I'm
course
telling
plays
you.
very tough, and it's pretty. It gets them ready for Augusta. So we're seeing guys play good last week. Bryson, Sergio Garcia, Phil Mickelson played great. He was right in the hunt, and Phil can come through at Augusta. We've seen it plenty of times. Second place here a couple years ago, right? Tied Brooks for second place
Yep.
behind John Rahm. That's another guy, John Rahm, right? We haven't heard much about John Rahm in a year, right? It's probably my favorite golfer of all time, John Rahm. Just total machine. But now that he's on Live, we don't hear much about him, obviously, because we really talk PGA most of the time. I'm looking forward to see how John Rahm plays. Um, just interesting to see them back in the mix with all the PGA guys, of course. And this year is not kind of like this is the first year where it's like not like Live versus PGA.
Right.
right? Live basically owns part of the PGA now, so you don't hear that Live versus PGA now. They have that deal together, and then now it's all about just when are they going to come together and play together. So you don't have that drama that you usually have. So I'm just looking forward to it. You got the best golfers in the world here, and we only see this 4 times a year in the current format. So I'm looking forward to a shootout. Can Scotty Scheffler prove himself once again against all of the world's best? So
I mean, it's setting up to be, obviously it's the first tournament of the year with everybody there, but like I mean, like you said, with the live guys in attendance, it's the best field in the world. Let's run out through some of these odds right now just to see how the things are shaping up. Now this is Monday, so this could change a little bit going through the week. But Scotty Scheffler opened up at plus 400 to win the tournament. Rory coming in second, plus 650. John Rahm plus 1300. Colin Morikawa plus 1800, and Xander plus 1800 as well.
Xander just not there for me. I think the guy's still injured. He's played terrible this season. For the most part. He
It's
has
definitely not
not.
last season for Xander, that's for sure.
It's definitely not, and I think he's still injured. But I think the pressure kind of gets these guys to play the signature events, even if they're injured, because they have to play the signature events pretty much. Um, I don't think his injury is serious, but I think it's just lingering. So I don't think he's been playing very healthy, and I'm not gonna bet Xander this week unless it's a fade. I'm not really looking forward to betting him. Um, you got guys, playing very poorly, like Tommy Fleetwood. Tommy Fleetwood was on a roll headed into the Valero Texas Open last week, and he played well the first 2 rounds. He was inside the top 20, and then I think the final round he shot like a 9 over. Just awful. I think he finished last out of all the guys, in the final round. And Tommy's
Solid.
headed to. I think he got fourth place last year at the Masters. So you never want to see guys that you were thinking about betting coming in playing like crap. Um, Maybe Tommy was just ready to hit the road after the third round last week. Not really sure what happened there, but um, you got a lot of storylines. You got on the senior tour, you got
Yeah.
Angel Cabrera. Angel Cabrera back at the Masters. He had a 2-year absence from the Masters, mainly because he was in prison.
Yeah, in prison.
I think he beat his
Yeah, he
ex-wife or
did.
something like that.
Yeah, we don't
Or
support that here on the Beat the Bookie show, but
maybe it's his
he
wife.
did win this week on the Champions Tour.
I'm not sure if they got divorced or whatever, but it was his first event on the Champions Tour last week, and he won. So he's back, and I've seen he's been a popular bet to win the Masters this year. People are backing him, so his odds like plummeting. People are actually betting him to win, and he's won the Masters before. So I just personally, I think Scotty Scheffler could take him if he had to.
More than likely.
Um, but a lot of a lot of interesting storylines, right? Like they don't let a lot of people play the Masters, but Angel Cabrera come right out of prison. The live guys couldn't play here, right? The live guys like couldn't get invites here, but fresh out of prison, come on, come play.
Hey,
So
regardless, he's a past champion, baby. He can do whatever he wants with that course.
he did. I mean, I wonder if you could kill somebody and like if you got acquitted, like could you still
I mean,
play? I mean,
you're exempt for life. I mean, couldn't you win it when you're 21 and then come back when you're 50 to get out after a 25-year sentence? And
that's pretty much what
we're
Jordan
just
Spieth. That's pretty much what Jordan Spieth is gonna do if he doesn't, start winning some majors again. But it's gonna be. I like it because we're seeing like a lot of guys who have played well in the past, like Jordan Spieth, right? Obviously, champion here, blew like the 5-stroke lead with like 6 holes left.
famously.
Back in like 2016 or something like that. Um, he's playing well as of late. I got 12th place at the Valero Texas Open, and he's been playing great. Like he's finally getting healthy, and if he can really keep his mental composure, I think Jordan could challenge for the green jacket this weekend, right? If he just keeps the mental
100%.
errors down, because there's really, Jordan and Scotty, like they play this course, better than anybody, obviously. So I'm interested to see Jordan. I'm interested to see a guy like Sergio Garcia, right? Sergio Garcia I mean, he's playing some of the best golf of his life right now. Let me pull up his standings. But Sergio Garcia, he's doing great on the Live Tour. This year, Live Golf Riyadh sixth place. Live Golf Hong Kong, he won the event. And then last week in Miami, he got third, 4 under par at a tough course. Sergio, he's playing some great golf. Past champion,
Yes, sir.
of course. Um, he won quite a few events last year at Live. And I think Sergio's game to me is fit for this course, perfectly. So I'm looking
And it's
forward to
where it needs
see.
to be at right now coming into the tournament as well. Like, I mean, you want to be playing this level of golf coming into the Masters. I mean, that's just
It
how it's going to
is,
be.
and these guys on Live, these guys who are playing the Masters on Live, like this is what they're looking forward to for months,
Yeah, of course.
right? And they have to,
It's the first time that they've been able to play with a loaded field in 7 months.
and they have to play well here so they can get invites. If they don't have the automatic invites, they have to play well here so they can get invites for the next upcoming majors, right? So, I really like Sergio Garcia this weekend. Saw probably play Sergio like top 40, top 30. I like Phil Mickelson. I'll play him top 40 this weekend. Um, but we haven't seen a guy. I think the last 15 Masters winners, only two have been outside the top 25 or outside of the top 20, right? And that was 23rd and 25th, right? So
The cream of the crop is getting the job done here.
basically, yeah, the cream of the crop is getting the job done here. So the good guys, are winning. I said the last like shocking winner here was Danny Willett, obviously, and that's more of a complete choke job by Jordan Spieth than like Danny Willett coming and taking it from him.
Agree.
So I don't think we're gonna see like we're not gonna see an unknown come in, this weekend and hoist the trophy. That's because like there's only 96 guys playing, so you don't really have
I don't
unknowns
know, man.
even
Mike Weir
even
in there.
playing. Yeah, Mike Weird. He's not gonna win it this weekend. He's you got to appreciate these older guys that still play. I think Bernard Longer. I think he said this is his last Masters. Um, that's another guy
They'd have to
who's
drag me off the course if I was a past champion.
yeah, especially if you're Bernard Longer, who's still playing great. Like he wins
Yeah.
every other senior tour event. So I'm looking forward to see how some of those guys play. I saw VJ Singh, just pulled out today due to injury. Um, so it's always interesting, when you get these cross league majors, and obviously this is the Rose Bowl of golf, right? This is the most pristine, the granddaddy of them all for golf, and I think we're gonna have an exciting week. I don't want to see another, last year it was Scotty running away with it, right?
Right.
Just destroying the competition. I don't want to see that. Like I want to see like a John Rahm versus Brooks Koepka
Down to the
ending,
wire.
right? Where they're just going down to the wire, shot for shot, right? That's what I want to see this week. So hopefully we get it. And I'm not really sure. Like I think we're gonna see what we usually see at the Masters. We're gonna see the first 2 rounds, guys shoot pretty low. People start complaining like, oh, these scores are getting too low. This course is getting easier. And then what happens? Then they put the pin placements in hell,
Always tightens up.
and these guys shoot over par for the weekend, or even par. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a guy get the 12 under after 3 rounds, and the winner is 11 under on the final day. So um, it's gonna be a great tournament, and like I said, hopefully the weather cooperates with us. So um, just looking forward to it.
I mean, that's the biggest thing, man. It's going to be a good tournament regardless. As long as the weather cooperates, it's going to be a great one. I mean, that's all I got for it. I know that much. Give me a great tournament.
Yeah, so that's all we can hope for. So we're still waiting for the tee times to come out. I think they come out Tuesday. So
Yep.
we'll get
Tomorrow
all the
afternoon, I
tee
believe.
times, all the pairings tomorrow. And if you don't already have it, make sure you download the Masters app. Um, it's
It's
one of the
lived. It's lived on my home screen, my main screen, all year. Doesn't move.
I delete it every year. Like last year I think we lost a couple units. I just deleted it right away. But the year before, when hit for like 30 something units with like we had two round one leaders in 2023
God, that was an amazing
and
year.
and the outright winner. So then we had Tiger winning it, what was it, 2019, DJ winning it COVID year. So we've done very well here. So um download that app if you don't have it. It's the best app, for golf that there is. Besides the PGA, like the shot tracker on PGA is the best, I think. But this is right up there. You
It
can pretty
leaves a
much
lot to be desired. I got to point that. I got to throw that in there. That shot tracker leaves a lot to be desired. But the Masters app is a fantastic app. That's for sure.
it is, especially when you compare it to Live. That Live's scoreboard is like the worst I've ever seen by far. So I'm looking forward to it. Another guy I like this week from Live, Patrick Reed, right? Patrick Reed he's minus 220 to make the cut, right? Patrick Reed's made 7 consecutive cuts here.
Plus money
Um,
for top 30.
he's made cuts 9 out of his last 10 events here, right?
He's making the cut,
Uh,
dude.
his all-time finishes here: 22nd, 49th, 1st, 36th, 10th, 8th, 35th, 4th, 12th. Patrick Reed, played college golf in Augusta, right? As
Be
we
writing
all
that one
know.
down.
But Patrick Reed has dominated this event. He's been very consistent here. Like I said, 7 straight made cuts. Um, another guy I like to, Billy Horschel. He's minus 190 to make the cut this week. I think Billy Horschel's 5 for 5 his last 5 events here, and Billy Horschel's playing some great golf. Coming in. Um, so that's another guy I would look at to make the cut. Another guy that I would look at to miss the cut, Max Homa, right? I like Max Homa. I mean, nice guy. Just he's having a terrible season,
One of the
especially for
worst.
it.
One of the
Especially
worst.
he's won quite a few tournaments the last few years, so it's very surprising. I mean, I really don't know what happened. He's kind of taking a break from social media because he's been so bad. But he fired his caddy before the Valero Texas Open. Then he missed the cut there last week as well. So he has not made a cut in 2025. The only weekends he's played has been signature events or like the Century, which had no cut, right? So the only events he's played the weekends have had no cut, but he has not made a cut in 2025, which is insane. And we're not talking about just missing the cut. Like he is getting last, like
Yes.
bad in some of these events. And then before the Valero, he fired his caddy. They parted ways, I guess you could say. And then the Valero, just terrible again, missed the cut there. So Max is playing some terrible golf, and he's minus 120 to miss the cut. And personally, like people say, well, he's only minus 120 because the field is smaller, so he has a better chance to make it. But the field has been 70 at some of these signature events, and he's getting like 70th, right? So you just have to figure out like the top 50 make it at the Masters, and you have to figure out of that 50. I mean, out of that 96 that are playing, right? Like 20 of them are past champions who like have a 0 chance to win, right? Like you know, like Angel Cabrera, right? Like he's not winning.
Jose
He's not.
Maria Olazabal.
Yeah, like Mike Weir, right? Like he- I was gonna say Bernard Longer, but he might not beat Bernard Longer to be honest. So I mean, there's a lot of guys that can beat him, and I can see him finishing like towards the bottom of this, right? Like Nick Dunlap is down at the bottom, like 300 to 1 to win, right? I think Nick Dunlap's game is in a better place right now than Max Homa. So
Right.
I think it'll be struggle for Max Homa. I mean, look, Max Homa, 200 to 1 to win, 207, 300 to 1 to win, right? 300. Like, when would you ever think last year, right, when Max Homa is winning events, that he's gonna be 300 to 1 to win the Masters, right? Then watch, like, honestly, I might just put like $5 on Max Homa to win because
Just in case.
300 to 1, this is one of those cases where like you look back on Sunday and it's like Max Homa putting on the green jacket and you're like, Max Homa was 300 to 1. Why didn't I bet $5 on it? Like that's one of those situations, right? Um,
I don't
because
know.
we
I'm
we
feeling like nuking him to miss the cut.
but look, we know Max Homa is capable of winning tournaments. That's the thing, right?
Right.
But he's just playing so bad, new caddy and stuff. I obviously don't see it. So I think there's a better shot. He misses the cut, then he makes the cut. So I'll probably bet him to miss the cut. Um, and it's gonna be a great weekend. So I mean, I like especially if you can bet like top 40s because I'm done with the top 20s. The top 20s I am done with. The dead heat odds, they just destroy top 20 betting. I will never do top 20s again unless I bet like plus 500, plus 600. I'm done with top 20s because dead heat odds just destroy them. But if you have a book that offers top 40s like FanDuel,
DraftKings. No dead heat either.
DraftKings, Bovada top 40, um, take a look at those books. If you have a book that only offers top 20 and they offer dead heat odds, make sure you give yourself more options because I think the most important thing is, especially for the package, is you want to have like me. I've got every book on every book right here. So like I'm getting the best odds from like, I'm going different places, going shopping. So make sure when you bet these golf events, you're going to multiple books, betting at multiple books because you never just want to be like the prisoner of one book, right?
Right.
I get so many people that are like, they're like, I don't have this matchup. Like what? Like it could be a match. Say it's a max play, right? They're like, I don't have this matchup. Like what should I do instead? Do you like, just say for example, it's like say a max was like Scotty Scheffler over Rory McIlroy, right? People are like, I don't have this matchup. I have Rory McIlroy versus Ludwig. Do you like Rory McIlroy against Ludwig? It's like it's a completely different thing, right? So
Totally different.
make sure you get yourself a vast array of sports books, especially for betting these masters, because majors, especially for golf, have way more betting options
Yep. Lots of bonuses
than
too. Lots of
they
bonuses
have,
across the board to shop around for.
and way more betting. They have way more betting options than like a regular golf tournament, right? Like at the Masters, we're gonna see it's probably 5 times the amount of odds that you have at the Masters than regular tournaments. So there's lots of options available, and congratulations to you. We didn't do a show last week, but I know 2 weeks before you hit Minwoo Lee.
Yes, sir.
Um, gave
Finally,
him a
I've been hamming him all season.
Hey, he got the job done. We thought he was we thought he was dead. That Scotty was going to get him, uh, but he hung on, and he's coming into the Masters as a winner. So yeah, it's going to be. I'm just interested to see how like Brooks Koepka plays this week. Um, Cyril Hatton,
Really,
he's
all
been
the live
playing.
guys. I mean, he got what, fourth
Yeah,
place last year. Tyrrell Hatton did, and I mean,
yeah.
what's
He's
he for top 40 this year?
Cyril Hatton's been playing great too. He's got. Let me pull up his results for this year. Um,
Because he's one that I've been eyeing. So he's okay. Yeah, he's really juiced for top 40.
yeah, he's minus 275 for top 40. But look, Tyrrell Hatton,
Minus 150, top 30.
he did get sixth place at Live Golf Riyadh, and he's finished 23rd, 20th, 19th, and he got 33rd last week at Miami. But honestly, I think Tyrrell is like the guy in Miami. Like I think he knows he plays well at Augusta. I don't think he really gave a shit about playing well in Miami, to be honest. The last tournament he won on a DP World Tour. He played one tournament this year on a DP World Tour. He won the Hero Dubai Classic, 15 under. So Tyrrell is a guy like if he plays well this weekend, I could easily see like Tyrrell Hatton winning it, right?
Yeah,
Um, it would be cool to see a live guy win.
really. I agree.
Um,
I totally agree. I mean, that's what, like you said, that's one of the main things that I'm excited about this weekend. I'm excited to see the landscape at this beautiful golf course, and I'm excited to see how the live guys do.
and I'd like to see a live guy win because I think although they do have their agreement right now, and they're working on like plans to, like merge or whatever.
Be a lot
I
of
do
leverage.
think I do think when a live guy wins these majors, I think it puts pressure on the PGA to make the deal happen sooner than later, right? So I'm looking forward to that. Um, but if I had to give out, we'll give out a couple plays, right now, just off the dome. But Look, Scotty Scheffler, he's won this event 2 out of the last 3 years. Um, Last year he was plus 400 to win it. He took it down. This year he's plus 525 at Bet Online. And the good thing about outright odds is you don't have a dead heat, right? There can only be one winner. So I'll probably take Scotty Scheffler plus 525 at Bet Online to win for probably 2 units to win like 10.5. Um, Rory has had a great start to the season. But I feel like Scotty plays like such pressure-free golf. Well, like Scotty, like you don't know if he's under pressure or not. Like he seems like he's carefree out there. Whereas Rory, this is the one Rory doesn't have, right? So
A lot of pressure.
every time he goes to Augusta, this is the most pressure. The most pressure there of any golfer is on Rory. Every time he goes here because he's never won. So I think the pressure's on Rory. I don't, for plus, plus 650, I'm not really looking to, take that. Maybe if he starts slow. But 2 years ago he missed the cut here. I think last year he got 10th. But I'm probably, I won't probably play Rory this weekend. And in a matchup against Scotty, I'll definitely take Scotty head to head. Then you got John Rahm, who he's 14 to 1, 16 to 1 at Bovada. Um, it's tough. Like John is, I feel like he could win or he could miss the cut. Right? Like
I
it's
mean, honestly,
tough to put my finger on John Rahm right now. Like I know Brooks like will get, Brooks usually shows up for Masters. I mean for the majors. So I think like Brooks could grind out a top 20, right? Like even if he's playing poorly. So um I don't know if I'll take him to win, but another guy, Colin Morikawa, I think he
yep.
got third place here last year. Colin Morikawa, his last let's see what he's done for Colin Morikawa, his last four Masters, he's been in the top 20. He got third, 10th, fifth, and 18th. So
Solid.
Collins, yeah, he's been playing this event very solid, and he has not won. Colin Morikawa has not won a PGA event since 2021. He
Man,
did, 2 years ago he won the Zozo Championship in Japan, which was like a Japan golf sanction, but I don't really count that as a PGA Tour victory. But he's played well here, and he's playing well coming into here. I mean, he got second place at the Arnold Palmer. He got 10th at the Players. So I think Colin Morikawa, top 10 probably, is a pretty good bet. Definitely top 20. I mean, he's minus 190 for a top 20 finish, right?
crazy.
And he's playing well coming in the year, and he's well
Great
rested, right?
golfer.
He hasn't played since the Players Championship, so he's been well rested. Um, can he get it done this weekend? I just don't trust. Like, I don't trust Colin Morikawa to win it right in crunch time. We've seen him blow the lead so many times. We've seen him. We've seen him in Hawaii with a 7-shot lead on John Rahm with 9 holes to play, and John Rahm ran him down right for the win
Yep.
a couple years ago at the Century Classic. So um, I'll take Colin for a top 20 for sure, but not going to take him to win. Um, then you got Bryson.
Yep.
That's another guy who's very interesting, right? Bryson got sixth place here last year, and he was right up there. I think he was right up there till the end, right? Like he was right
In
near.
contention. In contention.
He was in contention. Obviously, the 2 years before he missed the cut, but obviously last year he won the PGA Championship, so he's playing some great golf. And Bryson seems to, in these big events lately, Bryson really seems to step up,
Yep. You see
right?
that with
Like,
all these live guys, man. I mean, it's like you said, these are one of their few chances of the year to show
yeah.
off what they got, and they all do.
And this is a course where bombers can have success, right? So Bryson, we know he talked all that stuff like it should be a par 68, right? Like a few years ago, and then he missed the cut, right? And everyone made fun of
So
him.
bad.
It's like he took that personally, right? And he did well here last year, and he won a major last year, and he beat Rory for the major. So we've seen Bryson be very clutch, right? Multiple major winner. So I'm looking forward to watching Bryson play. It's probably another guy I'll take top 20
I like that
this
one.
week. And then you got like we said earlier, Xander. There's no way I'm betting Xander at plus 1800 to win it.
Absolutely not.
He got 12th at the Valspar, 72nd at the Players, 40th at the API. He got 8th here last year, 10th in 2023. He missed a cut in 22. He got 3rd place in 2021. And I think 2021, I think, is the year where he blew it. Like he was right in the lead and he hit it into the water.
I do remember that.
So Xander, though he did have a great year last year, I think he's injured, right? Like I said, his numbers right now, his strokes gained putting is like way down. I mean, 85th. So he's
Vastly
not
different from the season he had last year.
he is, and he's not playing great. And like I said, I think that's more due to injury than anything. But he's had 3 weeks off, so we'll see if he's healthy headed into here. Then you got Ludwig, who 4th place here. Sorry, 2nd place here last year in his first time, playing. He got 22nd at the API. He missed a cut at the Players. Then he missed a cut last weekend at the Valero. Ludwig, I don't really know where his game is at right now. If he
Not where it needs
like,
to be, I know that much.
yeah, but he's a guy that can come out of nowhere and win it. Like if he just keeps his mistakes to a minimum. So I like Ludwig. He's still young. He's like you can never count him out. But he has those mistakes that just like one bad shot takes him out of the tournament, right? So, we'll see how he does. Justin Thomas.
I like Thomas and Spieth this weekend, man.
Justin Thomas has been having a decent season. 36 at the API, 33rd to the Players, 2nd at the Valspar, which he blew. Like he was up three shots. Who won the Valspar? Well, we had him, Victor Hovland.
Oh, yeah.
So we hit Victor Hovland 80-1 to win the Valspar. Victor was down 3 shots to Justin with 4 holes left, and we had JT top American, so 12-1. I was just thinking about cashing that, not the 80-1 ticket, and then Justin,
that'll work.
he blew a double bogey, then a bogey on 18, and Victor ended up winning the Valspar. But I just don't like that was Justin's last tournament before the Masters. So how is he mentally right now? Right, he's like he knows I haven't closed an event in a while. Right, it's been a while since Justin won also. So while he is playing great golf, like solid golf, he's missed a cut back-to-back years here. Right, in 2022 he got 8th, and 2020 he got 4th place here. Missed a cut back-to-back years, coming off a tough loss to Victor Hovland at the Valspar, so it's really tough to really tough because Justin's not one of those golfers who one bad shot can derail his entire round, right?
Right.
Him and Jordan are pretty much the same. But I'll tell you what, Jordan Spieth 35-1. If I can get Spieth at a little better number than 35-1, let's see what else we can get him at 40-1 at Bet Online. So I mean, I'll take Jordan Spieth 40-1. Because Jordan's one of those guys. He's getting healthier. He's playing probably his most consistent season, since he's been coming back from the injury. 3rd place here, 2021. 4th place here, 2023. He missed a cut here last year. But we all know he was injured. He got hand surgery. If Jordan Spieth can keep his mentals in check, right? Like he could easily, beat Scotty. Like if I was Jordan Spieth shot. He shot 18 under here, I think, to win it. I mean, if he shoots 18 under this week, I think, he'll win it. Right. So I'll definitely be backing him for a top 20, like plus 110, and to win it 40-1 for like a quarter of a unit, something like that. Brooks Koepka, 35-1. 30-1 at Bet Online. I always enjoy watching Brooks play. He's a gamer, right? Like what's he got? 5, 6 majors, right? So he's another guy that I'll probably take here. He did get 45th last year, but I feel like last year it just kind of got away from him.
It did.
On the week.
It fell apart in the highlighter yellow shirt too.
It did. He got 2nd place here in 2023, and he got 7th place here in 2020. And the 2023 when he got second place. I mean, he was up, and then what happened? The rain delay came, lightning delay. He had to play 27 holes in one day.
Yep.
I think that kind of cost him the major win there. And we had him that year at like 50-1, I think 55-1 to win it. But we hit John Rahm that year. Yeah, so Brooks, I mean, I'd like to see him do well this weekend, obviously. Joaquin Neiman, I think we've seen him tie a Masters record here before for low round. Um, and he looked good early this season in Live. He's kind of slipped back a little bit. He got 22nd here last year, 16th the year before, 35th and 40th. So he has not been outside of the top 40. So Joaquin Neiman to make the cut. See what those odds are.
To make the cut, let's see.
Or Joaquin Neiman, top 40 is. Oh, that's way juiced up. Minus 340.
Yeah, way up there. Way up there.
I mean, I'm not taking that. But there's no way I take that.
I've got one right here. Nationality. The top European, or sorry, not top European, top Englishman. Fleetwood's the best odds right now, plus 200. I'm way off of Fleetwood. Tyrrell Hatton, plus 280. Top Englishman. That's the play.
Yeah, Tyrrell Hatton. Look at Tommy. Tommy is very frustrating. Like, I don't think he's ever going to win an event on the PGA Tour at this point. But he plays some very frustrating golf. Every time I back Tommy Fleetwood,
it's bad news.
It is. So I don't know if he checked out on the final round on Sunday just mentally, but just awful golf. But yeah, I like Tyrrell Hatton. So I'll probably try to find the best odds there. And a guy like Justin Rose.
Justin Rose also. We talked Justin Rose last year. He's a proverbial good player at this tournament. This is the U.S. Open.
Yeah, he's 125-1 to win. Right at the at BetOnline, but to make the cut, that's not like a minus 230 to make the cut. So I mean,
still up there. It's way up there.
It is. I mean, some of these are juicy. Like Patrick Reed is a guy I would be willing to pay minus 250 for, right? Because he's basically made the cut every time out here, right?
But not a Justin Rose.
But Patrick Reed's younger. Patrick Reed grew up in Augusta, right? So he knows the course a lot better. Like Justin Rose played a lot of times, but he's still older and stuff. His body takes longer to turn around than a younger guy like Patrick Reed. So
right.
There's some guys who are worth paying a premium for, like to make the cut. I mean, because to make the cut, you just have 96 players in the field. You got to figure 20 of them, like I said, former champions who have zero chance to win, right? And then there's like a few amateurs who usually don't, do very well here. And then you got guys who are playing for the first time. A lot of first timers don't do well, right? A lot of guys who haven't played this, don't do very well. And then you got guys who just know the course. And I think that's the most important thing for Augusta is guys who know the course. Right? Like I think Danny Willett. I think when Willett won, I think it was his first time at Augusta. But you don't really see that happen ever. Like this is a course for guys who know the course, right? Like courses for horses. So guys who know how to game plan their way around the course, right? Like when Patrick Reed hits a shot, I heard him talking in an interview, yesterday. Patrick Reed's talking about, when I'm hitting one shot, I'm already game planning like what's going to happen in the next shot. Like, what do you, you have to game plan your entire round, like basically shot by shot, right? And he said like you have to be fully committed to, whatever you're going to do, you have to be fully committed to it here, like because Augusta doesn't take any prisoners, right? So I think mentally, he's in the right spot. So I love Patrick Reed this week. So I'll be playing him and Sergio Garcia. But like I said, Scotty, I think Scotty wins it.
Yep.
He's due, right? He has not won in 5 months, right? Like since the Hero World Challenge. And I think Scotty doesn't have any. I think he has less pressure on him now because he hasn't won any events coming into this, right? Like,
yeah, if he had won like 3 in a row coming into it, it's like, oh, can he keep it going? Blah blah blah. Kind of like last year, which of course he did pick up the victory last year. But I mean, his wife's going to be in attendance this year. She's not going to be having a baby. That's good.
But he won't get arrested. He won't get arrested. Hopefully.
Well, knock on some wood there. But yeah, man. I mean, this is the theme of this show today has definitely been, Scotty's going to win it, and then live guys are going to perform. I mean, that's what I'm in agreement with as well. I mean, that's just how I see this
Yeah, I
tournament
mean,
going.
I don't see, I'm gonna bet Scotty Scheffler plus, I'm gonna say plus 525 to win. And then those other guys I'm gonna take little bites on, Jordan Spieth,
Of course.
plus 40 to 1 at Bet Online. Cam Smith, I like Cam Smith a lot, but I just think he has not been playing very good golf this year. Um, on live. Keegan Bradley,
Yeah.
110 to 1 though. I just don't think at the end of the day Keegan has the capacity to beat a guy like Scotty. But if I'm gonna go down to the winning odds, let's see what like Sergio Garcia has been playing some great golf. So Sergio Garcia 80 to 1 to win it. I'll probably
Pretty
take a
cool.
little bite of that. For like a half of a unit. So I'll have like a lot of half unit bets to win the tournament. Patrick Reed, 100 to 1 to
And this
win.
is
I
this is
mean,
one of the best tournaments of the year. Like you said, with all the offerings and all the different markets available for this tournament. In the package at BeatinTheBookie.com. This is a weekend full of entertainment. I mean, it's even the little bites out of people make this thing more interesting. I mean, it's going to be a great tournament.
and then you got your boy Minwoo Lee. Like, look,
Yep.
Minwoo Lee just beat Scotty head to head. At the Houston Open, and Minwoo Lee is 60 to 1, right? How did Minwoo Lee do here in the past? Minwoo Lee 22nd last year. He missed the
Yeah, I was
cut.
gonna say I thought it was a top 20, but 22nd.
22nd missed the cut, and then in 2022 he got 14th. So Minwoo Lee,
I
he's
like that. I like that resume at Augusta, man.
plus
I like that a lot.
140 for top 20, but look, 60 to 1 for Minwoo Lee, like, and we've seen 2 weeks ago he's playing just as well as Scotty Scheffler. Or like, was that like that's Minwoo Lee's first one on the PGA Tours? And we've seen guys like Scotty Scheffler when they win one.
It's off to
When
the races
Scotty,
from
when
there.
Scotty, yeah,
Maybe we get
exactly.
moves like that.
Maybe when Minwoo Lee's next Scotty Scheffler, right? He just goes on a crazy run, right? Like you never know. Like when
You never
Scotty
know. Seriously.
Scheffler won his first event, they were like, "Oh, that's a great event." Like, but then he started winning all these events. People like, "Holy shit!" Scotty Scheffler, this guy's the real deal, right? Like Minwoo
Yep.
Lee,
The
all the
next
tools
Tiger.
are there. It's like all the tools are there for Minwoo Lee. I mean, 60 to 1. I'll probably take that for a quarter unit, right? Like,
Of course.
just get a lot of small bullets on these guys. Like Hideki Matsuyama, I'm just like that's a guy I'm very low on this week, right? Because he's been injured, been playing some very poor golf. I mean, Hideki, his track record here is great. He's got 13th, first, 14th, 16th, and then 38th last year. 22nd at the API, but he missed the cut at the Players, and he missed the cut this last weekend at the Valero Texas Open. Hideki, he's not been playing very well this year, obviously, but he's injured, right?
Well,
So
and if there's any time to get it back, I mean, even if you're injured, maybe Augusta's not the one.
yeah, exactly. It's like if you're injured, this course is going to eat you alive, right?
Yep.
So I don't think I'll be backing Hideki this week. He might be one of those guys I'm fading this week, actually, in a matchup. So have to wait till the matchups come out tomorrow, and I can see who I'm fading or not. But guys that I'll probably be fading is like Hideki,
Max Homa.
Max Homa, Cam Smith. I love Cam Smith, but he's been playing some bad golf. But like, probably be fading him.
That's
Victor
8-9 months.
Hovland, like Victor Hovland cashed us 80 to 1 a couple weeks ago, but like
he
you can't
admitted that
even
he had
do it.
no idea how he did that. I mean, I do not think Hovland's got it
Exactly.
back. Even though he got the victory, it clicked for a weekend, and I don't know. I just don't feel good about backing Hovland at all.
I think maybe the guy that can surprise people this week, Robert McIntyre, Bobby Mack, 60 to 1, 65 to 1. We've seen Bobby Mack. McNeely, I just can't see him like Britting in it. He's finally today he got in the top 10 for the World Golf ranking, his first time ever. But I just like I don't see Maverick, like I just don't see him winning this event. Let's see what his history is here. He's never played the Masters.
Yeah.
So
pass.
Pass. So he missed the cut at the API. He missed the cut at the Players. So this is what I don't get. He entered the top 10 today, but he missed the cut at the API. He missed the cut at the Players. He got 32nd at the Houston Open. He got third place at the Valero Texas Open. I mean, how does this guy come up into the top 10? I just don't understand that one. But Shane Lowry, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Shane Lowry's been playing great. I mean, he got 25th here 5 years ago, 21st, 3rd, 16th, and he got 43rd last year. So he's made the cut, 5 straight years. So he got 7th at the API, 20th at the Players, and 8th at the Valspar. Shane Lowry has been playing amazing, and he's been putting it very well. He just hasn't been getting he's been missing so many putts by like an inch, right? Like I think if Shane Lowry gets rolling, like that's another guy who has the potential to win. He's been playing, very solid golf, and that's a guy who's won a major before, right? So
Right.
I like guys who have won majors, right? And they've proven
Know how
themselves
to
to
get
win
it
in
done
big
in crunch time.
spots. Exactly. So I might take a look at, Shane Lowry this weekend, especially top 20. Not top 20, actually, top 40, because I'm done with the top 20. I have to clarify that. But Shane Lowry, I think he's minus 300 to make the cut. So it's, not something I'll be
Maybe a
playing.
little
But
make the cut parlay. I don't know.
But yeah, I think there's a lot of guys who can win this week, and Scotty, I think he's just due, right? Like a Scotty Scheffler who's been in a drought, who's hungry to win. I think that's the competition's worst nightmare, right? So hopefully Scotty gets a good draw, gets some good tee times, and hopefully the weather cooperates, because we've seen the weather take out half of the field here before, right? So
Right.
hopefully the weather can cooperate, and we get a good tournament. But if I had to give one winner, I'll give one like long shot, and one, I guess, favorite to win it. So I'll go with Scotty Scheffler plus 525 to win it, and then I'm gonna go with Patrick Reed, 100 to 1, 100 to 1 at DraftKings to win it. That's my long shot for the week.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going with Scotty as well. Same deal, and I'm going with Tyrrell Hatton, plus 5,000. I think he's got a lot of get backs to get this week, and I like it.
And I'm gonna probably take like a tenth of a unit on Min Woolley, 60 to 1.
There you go. Now I'm gonna take a bite of quite a few people this tournament, so I'm very excited. You can get the full package over at BeatinTheBookie.com, and I'm sure we'll be talking on some discourse about some matchups and whatnot on Twitter over the coming days once the tee times come out.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to it. So the tee times come out tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll know more, but this was just kind of a preview. So
Yep.
look for the guys to go low rounds 1 and 2, and then for the greens to speed up over the weekend like they usually do. So if you're thinking about betting I always like to bet the low round at the Masters, because it seems to come in, at least the first or the second round, it's like, I don't know what it is, 64.5 or something like
You always
that.
get that one guy that has the round of his career.
Exactly. So I'm looking forward to that. So I'm just waiting for some of these props to come out. Then we can get really rolling. So it's gonna be a fun week.
Absolutely, no doubt. Again, you can check out the packages over at BeatinTheBookie.com, BeatinTheBookie on Twitter. We'll be talking it up, hamming it up all throughout the weekend. Should be a fun time. BTB, enjoy your Masters week, my friend.
Thanks, and I will see you tomorrow.
Yeah. See you, buddy.